Alright guys, another weekend. Me and the family is out up in the hills. We just barely got to our camp. Never been to this area again, just kind of looked good on the map. An old barren area is pretty close, but then it gets up higher and some grass stuff. Saw a few rubs on the way up, but I'm gonna give you a quick tour of camp. Alright, so this is our camp. There's Ashy, it's all excited. She found a deer skull that's a tiny little buck point on there. Been running all over camp, but kind of a green little spot. Someone's got a nice big campfire ring already set up, and we're under a giant ponderosa tree and pine cones everywhere, which my kids are gonna love. Got the toy hauler set up, got the ATVs over there, and just barely got here, so we're just setting up the rest of the stuff, and we're gonna go take a look and see if we can see any sign of elk or anything tonight. So we'll check back in if we find anything. Alright guys, it's about 7:30 in the morning. Just getting loaded up on my ATV. Gonna be taking an old trail. Tried to get in the truck up it yesterday, but it got too small for my nice truck. So gonna be taking the ATV up an old trail. Never been up there, but the area looks really nice. Gonna try getting up on top of these hills. And then, like I said last night, there's a nice burn area that I want to try looking. We went and scoped it out last night, kind of from the truck, and saw a few wild horses in there. So don't know what I'm quite gonna expect yet, but it's a new area, so I'm still gonna go check it out. So we'll see how the day goes. Well guys, I pretty much made it clear up here to the top, and I think it's gonna be too high of elevation for where I was planning on hiking. Barely can even get the bikes up here on the trail, but there's a couple wild horses up here that I've seen. It is beautiful country. I mean, clear up on top. Nice pine trees and meadows everywhere. Definitely a great spot for them later in the year, but as far as for shed hunting, I think we're just up here too early. But gonna explore a little bit while I'm up here and see what we can see around. And like I said, it's just an all new country for me. I love the look of the country, but I think we're just up too high. We're about 9,000 feet right now, so I think we're just a little bit too high. Well, this was going to be the area I was planning on hiking. I was going to kind of follow this old burn and side hills all the way down to the bottom and have my wife pick me back up. But there is no way that she would be able to get the bike up here, her ATV. I barely got mine up here, and that was by myself, let alone trying to have kids on the bike with us. So gonna have to have a change of plan. Just gonna explore a little bit more while I'm up here, but yeah, it's still pretty cool seeing the horses. I mean, I love getting back up in here where there's the bigger pine trees. Sorry for the wind, guys, but there you can kind of see the horses running around over there. But yeah, pretty cool country, just wrong time of year. So check back in if we find anything else. Alright, we just come to a new area and not been seeing much sign, but my kids and wife walked up on this skeleton. Looks like it might have been something that just got quartered out, but at least they found something. Hiking in some thick trees and come across a huge ant pile with ants everywhere. Crazy. I mean, that's probably 4 feet wide and 3 feet long or whatnot. I mean, that's just a big old ant pile. Crazy, especially this high up in the mountains. We're probably about 8,500 feet high right now. Pretty crazy. Alright, so I'm just down from where we saw the elk skeleton. Well, part of the body. Guessing it's just something someone shot, but been starting to get into quite a few rakings. Got pretty high up on this tree. Let me flip it around, then you can see better. So got pretty high up in that tree. It's about 6 feet tall. Got more rubbings down on that tree. Quite a bit of tracks and stuff like they've been in this area. And then right over here, I saw another fairly fresh rubbing. Got old elk crap. Haven't seen too awfully fresh of crap, but another rubbing that they've been in here. Pretty well used trail. Tracks you can kind of see in the mud and some fresher, so about the right time frame that they should have been in here. So just kind of hiking through a bunch of this pine trees and stuff and just trying to see what we can see. Alright guys, so I'm still just over here hiking and still getting into some really good sign. There's been rubs pretty much everywhere I'm going. Flip it around, let you kind of see. So, got a rub there. Coming down here. Got another rub there. And there. Beds everywhere in here. And pretty much everywhere I've been looking, there's just been beds and crap everywhere. Another rub up here. Just been kind of following all these trails. Hard to say which ones are super fresh and not, but been really liking the country. But definitely thick and hard to see. Well guys, it's not a shed, but it's still kind of interesting to see how bones got stuck clear up in the trees like that. Looks like part of a vertebra or something, but don't see any other bones around or nothing, so curious to know how it would have got put up in the tree or bush. Well, looks like I'm coming up on some type of another skeleton. Got part of the jaw, ribs, legs, backbone. There's the head. Let's see what it is. Looks like it would have been an elk. Just a cow elk though. Well, we never end up finding any elk or deer or any sheds. Did hike a little bit in one area, found all that sign that I showed you. But in the end, it was about spending time with the family as well. So At least we get to do that and enjoy a nice fire, beautiful campsite, nice big ponderosa, or not ponderosa pines. What are these? Oh, ponderosa pine trees. They're nice. Do you like coming in the mountains? Yeah. You like having a campfire? Yeah. Do you like this campsite? Yep. We couldn't find a shed. Yeah, we didn't find no elk or deer. We'll have to try again next year, huh? We sure did find antelope. Yep, we did find some antelope and some horses. It was like that. What you eating? Marshmallow. I'm eating 2 marshmallows after I finish picking them. Are the marshmallows good? Mm-hmm. They sure are. You like roasted marshmallows? Yes. Mm-hmm. Hi, Haley. Hi. Do you have fun camping? Mm-hmm. Good. Brittany loves these flowers. I've stopped and taken about pictures of 10 different ones, but they are pretty. Alright, so I'm just heading out to the hills another day after work. Got off at a reasonable time. Gonna try another new area where we've seen elk in the past. Found a few sheds about a half mile away from here a couple years ago, but usually a pretty popular area. But I'm actually trying to get up on top of some other hills that are too rocky and steep for four-wheelers and stuff to get on, and I'm gonna try hiking across it to see if we can get into part of the places where people won't go, because most people nowadays just stay on the four-wheeler more than hiking. So I do have my ATV with me in case I decide to hit some other draws farther in, but where I'm planning to go is just pretty close to where I can hike right from the truck, I'm hoping, but we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, it's been almost 3 hours that I've been out here hiking, and I finally just come across a shed antler. Looks to be hard white, but I'm so glad to be able to finally find one again. So I'll hurry and give you a look at the view that I found it at, and so you can kind of see. Alright. That's the view I got of it, just up above it, so we'll go down there and take a look. Definitely not a monster, but I am glad to find one again. Let me hurry and get some pictures, and then I'll get the pickup for you. Alright guys, looks like it might be 2 years old. There is some cracking, but it does have some color on there, so it's hard to say. Small 6-point, but like I said, I am been having such a rough year that it is nice to finally get something again. It's just been really rough and a slow year. So many people's been out here, and it's crazy. This is a hillside that I've glassed over multiple times, even come here this year. This is pretty close to where I told you I found them in the past. Actually, I found them all within about 300 yards of here a couple of years ago, and somehow just got on the wrong angle and never got it, but this year finally got on the right angle. So we'll walk around a little bit and see if we can see the other side of it, but finally. So still walking in here trying to see if I can match it up, but I just got thinking that this actually might be a match to the one that I found, I think it was last year, in this almost exact same area. It's about the same size, and it's probably within, like I said, 300 to 400 yards of where I found the other ones. And so it really could be a match. So I'll have to check it out when I get home and see. I still actually have them sitting out in my front yard. They were already kind of hard white and chalk, and so instead of selling them, I just chose to use them as decoration for my house. But I'll have to check it out and see when I get home, see if it's a match, and let you guys know. Alright guys, just got home and gonna go over here and take a look at the sheds. So let me hurry and pull them out just a sec. I'm gonna hurry and switch video. So that is the one that I just found tonight. And this is the one that I glassed up I ended up getting it last year. And they look like they are a match set to me. Let you see the bases. So the bases look similar. They're similar sized. They got the same overall build to it, which is pretty crazy. I found those almost a year apart, and they ended up only being probably 300 yards apart. The left one I actually glassed up and had my father-in-law pick up as was out last year, and so I wasn't really on that hillside. I was on a different hillside, and he went around a little bit and didn't find it, but this other match set ended up being just right up the hill a little bit farther in the trees. So pretty crazy, but pretty awesome that I was able to match it up.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel.